Yo, what do you do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Welcome back, everyone, to the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. Appreciate everyone tuning in, joining in on this Saturday. Hope everybody's Saturday is going well, man. You know what time it is? It's not 7:30, it's 11:30. Yo, man, it's Talk Pro Wrestling time, man. For real, got a lot to get into. We're gonna be talking about NXT Vengeance Day predictions. That's tomorrow. Also, Cody Rhodes, man. Cody Rhodes give up his spot to The Rock. Man, like, oh man, like we're gonna definitely get into that. And also, we're gonna be chatting about the big Rock and Roman Reigns face off, what it seems like they're gonna probably announce the match Thursday between them at the press conference, though. But a lot to get into here this week on Talk Pro Wrestling. Once again, appreciate everyone tuning in. We live here on Twitch. We live here on X, Twitter, the 11:30 podcast Facebook page. So definitely like it, smash the like button, and subscribe here on the 11:30 podcast YouTube channel as well. And we also streaming on other platforms as well. My guy Brian P platform. So appreciate definitely subscribe, man. Definitely. Yo, man, I got some guests that's joining me here on this week's episode. Of course, I got my guy Commission Bro Brian B that's going to be dropping in, and we're going to be chatting about all things wrestling here on this week's episode. Also, you guys that's supposed to be joining me here on this week's episode, my guy Devin. He is one of the hosts of the the Bloodline Entertainment Network podcast show. Supposed to be joining in too, man. It's chatting about all things wrestling. But like I said, I got my guy Brian B. What's going on with you, my guy?
There we go. Had the mute button on there. What up, Dre? Listen, I feel
What's
like
going on?
I'm always at your house. Now you just make a bed for me, bro. I'm ready.
I I know, I know, man. Like we just been talking about wrestling for the last couple of weeks, man. With
Real,
everything been going on, and of course had you on Beyond 11:30. So we
right?
brothers now, man. We
Yeah, oh
in
yeah,
here, man.
for sure, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
but we ain't gonna waste no more time. We're gonna get into it, man. All right. So last night, right after the show went off, I dove into chats, man, and I think you picked up on some of the conversations that I was having with Warren, because I
yeah,
think Warren was the first person, to be honest with you, that I wanted to hear his reaction, because when we did commission talk last week, he was so excited and so adamant, that man Cody Rhodes, man, he's gonna, go on to WrestleMania and do his thing, so
yeah.
um, I gotta ask you guys and everyone that's watching. Of course, you Brian B, man. The Rock pops up for me, man. It was surprising and it was telling. Although that he's on the board of TKO now, um, in the last 6 months, we've seen The Rock like three times, and I
A
think that
lot.
was the
Yeah,
most, that we've seen The Rock like in WWE, that amount of times, in this short period. So,
yeah.
what the hell is going on? But we get to face off with The Rock and Roman Reigns. What was your thoughts on it, man?
Bro, listen. As you know, man, I mean, I know a lot of people watch, the 11:30 podcast. A lot of people watch Commission. A lot of people watch Talk Pro Wrestling. A lot of people watch STR. We got a lot of shows, right? So you
Yeah.
guys have heard us talking about, these topics, quite, often recently, and I've been the advocate of, hey, listen, The Rock. I don't feel like The Rock is supposed to be around right now. It's a lot going on. But listen, when that music hit, I'm not gonna lie, man. That when the rocks, if you smell, I said,
Yeah.
yo, give it to me right now. I don't care what I said before. I want to see it. I think it's legendary. I think this is one of the, if not the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. And yes, I said it, and I will explain myself as well if you would like. But I think this is the money maker, bro. This is the reason why they're doing it. It just so happens there are a couple of negative impactments around it, but there's no doubt this is one of the biggest matches of all time. If you're a wrestling fan, you understand that completely. Like, it definitely is. What's your thoughts,
Yeah.
man? Dre, was you losing your mind? I was losing my mind. I was like, oh, come
Bro, I wasn't expecting this, but I knew
on.
for a
Jesus.
minute that anytime like that main event segment going, whether it's a promo or a match, you know, I feel like, man, they got a little extra time to do something, and something is going to happen.
Yeah,
But I wasn't expecting The Rock at all, man. But when Cody Rhodes came out there and said what he said, and we're gonna dive all of both of these topics into one, you know, The Rock and Roman Reigns face off, but just that in period though, I didn't expect them, man. I lost my shit. You
yeah,
know, I just was like, holy hell.
yeah.
And just to see them face off, man, just, you know, with The Rock, man, I was
So,
like, oh,
Brandon,
man, this.
Brandon ain't with that.
You know, some people was kind of like saying, man, this reminded me of that face off between The Rock and shit, who else was it? The Rock and
Cena.
Hulk Hogan. No,
Oh, Hulk
yeah,
Hogan.
yeah, that, yeah, Cena too, but I think Hulk Hogan when they had that legendary face off and
Yeah,
back in the days when everybody had that match though. But man, like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, and we're gonna get into the big question and the big story behind it though. Cody Rhodes.
yeah.
Cody Rhodes giving up his spot to Roman Reigns though.
I
How did
don't
that make you feel?
I don't
Because
see
go ahead.
this is we just know what we know so far, man. Like the thing I gotta keep telling myself, I mean, even like my like ideas and opinions keep changing because we just know what we know so far. Like when I first saw the Cody and Seth Rollins segment on Raw, immediately I told myself there's something going on. Like, you know, either I know CM Punk got injured. I think like we've said a million times, I feel like the draws and the matches were made. The draws and the matches were made. Punk just returned. Him and Seth Rollins got a huge beef immediately. They had an amazing, promo that was on that Raw that month that week. And yo, we're setting up for Mania. We're setting up for Mania, but then Seth gets injured. Oh shit, we don't know
Mm,
about Seth. Now we can't really build as much as we want to because Seth ain't going to be around. He's got to rehab, whatever. But then you got Punk getting injured. It's a lot of stuff that's kind of like leaving them open for audibles, yo. I feel like this wasn't audible. I feel like they're working the best with what they got. And I'm not gonna lie to you. The Rock has even openly just said it. Him and Roman is a money match, man. We're talking WrestleMania right now. Now, I do also agree. Cody got the rub, yo. Cody got the rub. As far as right now, after we just got done watching SmackDown, Cody got the rub. There's no doubt about it. I personally think that if this does stay this way, it is going to push Cody way higher. I don't think people are thinking about that yet because Cody going to gain a lot of love from this. We might, who the fuck knows? We might see some heel Rock shit. We might see something completely different. We might see some heel Rock shit. We might see people start to lean on Roman a little. There's a lot of ways I think that this can go, man. You got to be open for it though. If you just pissed off and you're not going to enjoy this, you crazy. This is one of the biggest situations that's been in wrestling. Like you said, we got the fucking return of the great one. You can't dispute that. Somebody who's going to go in the ring in the Samoan dynasty with the fucking man who's been holding this title for the last 3 years. The storylines have been impeccable. Yeah, they may be falling off a little bit now, but that shit just got raised up to 1,000. Be serious, man. This shit is amazing. We gonna see what's gonna happen with Cody. He ain't going nowhere. He gonna be there. But I don't know, bro. There's a lot of story they can tell with this shit. I just hope they do it amazing.
yeah, it is a lot of story that they can tell from this though. But and
I
you
don't know,
mentioned
B.
something about uh bigger match doesn't mean better match. Hey, you know that I think that's an
It's
interesting
fresher
statement
though.
though.
It's fresher though
Ye-
because we did just see Cody and Roman last year. Does everybody honestly want to see a repeat of the same situation? If even if Roman loses, you still get in the same main event. Just on some regular, on some honest shit. Like it is refreshing to see something new, even though the direction that it was kind of conformed is a little off. I can even admit that, but
hmm.
I don't know. That's just me though. That's just how I feel.
Man, my opinion with it, man, I just feel like I can't remember the last time someone gave up their WrestleMania Royal Rumble match to literally someone else or say, you know what? Hey, I'm not going to finish the story. I'm not coming out to the championship. Although I won the Royal Rumble, not just yet. But somebody else, could, hey, it's The Rock.
Yeah.
And even the face, expression from Cody Rhodes and the handshake. Like, what does the handshake mean? What the handshake mean that he shook Cody Rhodes' hand and said, you know what? I feel like that's some explaining, not necessarily explaining, but it's some detailed storyline
Yeah.
things that they're, doing. But I feel like it needs to be explained. Why? Now, did you say this? You feel like this was an audible?
Oh yeah, I definitely feel like if Punk was didn't get injured, I'm sorry to keep saying it, like, but just to be honest, if CM
Hmm.
Punk didn't get injured, I'll be honest with you, I don't think this match would be happening.
So
And
see,
that sounds crazy, but
and that's what I was saying with Warren Marlowe when I was saying the Warren in the chats. So I feel like my only thing that I can really come up with that it was an audible in the last minute of the Royal Rumble match when CM Punk got hurt. Or
yeah,
if not, the plan was for Cody Rhodes to win, and Cody Rhodes won. They wouldn't know in advance that CM Punk would got hurt. So I
mhm,
feel like if they were going to do this, why did Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble match? He
yeah,
didn't need to win the Royal Rumble match if The Rock and Roman Reigns was sort of, dotted in for WrestleMania. Then I
yeah,
feel like Cody Rhodes could have done something else. And also, this title came out what last year, and Cody could have easily had the title.
yeah, he
Cody
could've.
could have easily been in the tournament, which I don't think he was. But
No,
he said he he said that, yo, man, that's not the title that I want to go after. And the title that he wanted to go after was the WWE Championship.
yeah,
So I just, make it make sense right there. And I know a lot of people, man, are big
they're
Cody
pissed,
Rhodes fan. Yeah,
yeah.
they are pissed. They are pissed. And I feel for Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, man, cool
Even
dude,
me too, man. Yeah, even me too. And I know I talk a lot of shit about Cody. But like I said, I don't dislike Cody. I never have. I tell people exactly why I feel the way. I mean, if you want to keep thinking how you think, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, I don't dislike Cody at all. I just feel like with his situation, he was working for it. Something else I've heard recently is Cody's too nice, and I think Cody's involved in everybody's situation. It's like I don't feel like Cody Rhodes has to be a part of everything. I didn't think he needed to be a part of the Jey Uso thing, the Jay Cargill thing. I don't think he needs to always have involvement just to make him the baby face of the company. I think he's already there. Like he's already getting himself involved in his doings of his wrestling journey, whatever. Now, he doesn't need it. He's always talking about like the story. Cody Rhodes has got so much shit with him that I don't. It's just too much to like sometimes for me. And I am a heel guy too, so I know that as well. But it's just he constantly has involvement in everything, and even this. If he did win the Rumble, I don't think the Rumble win was an audible. I think that was something that was supposed to happen. I saw Punk winning it. Nobody really agreed with it, but I mean, it was. We have to be
Yeah,
fair and say it was either Punk or fucking Cody. Like it wasn't going to be anybody else. I don't think. Um,
yeah,
so
uh,
it's just like I don't know, man. What up, Will? I think
yeah.
this was always the
Will
plan.
say, yeah.
CM
If
Punk wasn't
CM
hurt,
Punk was,
then it would have been Rhodes versus Punk. You think Rhodes? Man, I definitely think it would have been Seth and Rhodes. I mean
yeah,
Seth and Punk.
Steph and Punk. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
because
it
that's the
was
story in
alluding
itself. It
to.
really is.
Yeah, it was alluding to that it was going to be Seth Rollins defending his championship against CM Punk,
CM Punk.
night one. And Cody Rhodes was going to finish the story. They had an interaction late last year, I believe in the fall or late summer, between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes comes back in the Rumble, winning twice.
Yep.
So it like this whole story thing of Cody Rhodes taking on Punk at WrestleMania, I don't think that was. I don't know about that because his main focus was to get back where he was at last year after getting screwed by the Usos and Roman Reigns in his main event matchup. So he
Yeah.
wins the Royal Rumble. that's the only that's my only concern. With that part right there.
Yeah,
He won the Royal Rumble,
I
and
think this is also like this is also like I love long term storytelling. I love long term booking. I love it. I think it keeps everything fresh. It keeps you engaged. It keeps you wanting to come back because you want to see what's going to happen. The Bailey story is definitely a perfect example of that. But with long-term selling and long-term storytelling, you have to also keep into, keeping the thought that people get injured, man. Shit happens. And shit happens. I mean, it's a company that wrestles every single fucking week, consistently. They do live shows, people get injured, people fall wrong, whatever. So they have to have something in the back. And the Rock and Roman story, remember when Rock came out when he was on Pat McAfee, he was already saying on that show that they were supposed to do this shit last year. And for whatever reason, stuff
Mhm.
didn't happen, which I think that it was better that they didn't do it last year. But I'm glad, like, I still am a believer that I wish it was going further away from, even this Mania. I think SummerSlam would have been perfect for this whole event. This would have built SummerSlam. It would have still been a giant match, and it would have been perfect, without a belt. And the belt could have went to other challengers and been involved in other situations. Damn, Seth and Punk would make too much sense when you still have Priest in the wings. Listen, Priest is not cashing in on Seth, man. Everybody believed he's not going to cash it on Seth, man. That's why
Hey
they've done all
man,
those fails. See
it,
where the
it,
WWE is literally showing you guys, like, they're swerving everything, man. You can't keep up at this point. That's why these conversations have been so good recently. We're saying predictable, but look how much shit changes and we're arguing all the fucking time. Everything is constantly going on, man. This shit is hard to keep up with now.
I mean, guessing because of what happened after Survivor Series between Seth Rollins or the reaction that Seth Rollins had
Yeah,
when CM Punk showed up. I think it was sort of like, damn, this beef, this animosity that they got going on, and from Seth talking about, man, look here, I really hate you, and all this and back and forth. You thought that's a matchup for WrestleMania that people would like to see. And
yeah,
since CM Punk never won the Royal Rumble in his career, never main event at WrestleMania, we sort of went with that, and probably that was going to be until he got hurt.
yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, with that whole CM Punk and
Rock gave Brian a second Christmas
situation,
by taking Cody's.
you know, I don't know, but I do want to say though for hold on,
Yeah, Will,
okay,
I just want to say, Will, real quick. I'm not saying
it's
he
valid.
won't cash in. I'm not saying he's not going to cash in the money. Yeah, I definitely think he's going to cash it in. But everybody is so sure about him cashing in on Seth, man. I've been saying it for months that I'm pretty sure that he's going to cash in on Roman and he's going to be the one to defeat Roman, man. Nobody
Man, you're
believes
gonna
me. I know
speak
it's
that into
crazy.
existence. You're gonna
Yeah,
speak that into
that shit. I'm
existence,
telling
man.
you, it makes
What it,
that shit makes the most sense, and it's making even more sense now after I've said it. You, Dre, you are the first hand witness. I've been saying this shit since what? Like I don't even remember how long. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. When it happens,
eh,
trust and
when it
believe. I'm going
happens,
live.
you're
I'm
gonna be the
telling you.
first one I do call, man. When
I'm gonna
it
be
does
like, yo,
happen, if Preach cash in on
on
Roman
Roman.
Reigns though.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, The Rock wanted the matchup. He been wanting the matchup for some time, and he talked about it on First Take. He talked about it on the Pat McAfee show, and
yeah.
a lot of fans, like I said, the Cody Rhodes supporters, fans, were really upset because they were really into. Now, I think Cody Rhodes, if he was taking on Roman Reigns, he still was going to lose.
I
And
think
I
that too.
think that's also another reason why he gave up his spot. You can't, your first WrestleMania, you got to get Seth. Your second WrestleMania, you win the Royal Rumble, and then you go into WrestleMania against Roman. You don't get the job done, and you telling me I'm about to come up short for the third year. I'm the cover superstar. I'm all of this, and I'm about to come up short. So they had to do something else, and I think this is the only probably period opening window that The
Yeah,
Rock has to do anything with the WWE. Although that he's on the board of TKO now with WWE, but
yeah.
that's a little theory that I feel like that's going to happen though. But like I said, I feel for Cody. It makes The Rock look like a bully in a way, though.
But that's why I'm saying they can build. But see, you can still. We're talking professional wrestling here, man. Everybody loves The Rock.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna hate The Rock. But if it was me, I would use that. I'd be like, listen. I've had to come in and I had to sit there and be, this is my show. He's on it. Cody is irrelevant right now. Like it is what it is. I'd be on some straight heel Rock shit and just let people hate him. That would even build Cody. Even if he doesn't have a match, who the fuck knows? You might have a match later on to have Cody and Rock at SummerSlam. You can build, bro. It's all about how you storytell. And we also not thinking about if Cody is. They made that whole package to establish the world heavyweight champ, bringing it back all the way to Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and all the originals who had that shit. So they're trying to invest that belt to let you know, hey, this isn't just a consolation belt. This is the original heavyweight. So how much do they want to put it? It's not, but I mean that's what they're trying to make it. Yeah, they're trying to make it that. But Seth Rollins, we could see heel Seth. We could see it could definitely be a lot of changes that really invest a nice storyline with this situation.
and that would be great if he cashed in on Roman. No one would see it coming.
That'll be
But if
crazy.
he did, he splits from the Judgment Day.
Oh yeah, that's already
He's
being
definitely
like, yeah. I feel like this whole shit is being long-term storytelling, bro. Like the Judgment Day split is going to be crazy. Like I heard somebody say on TikTok today, it was like if he does split, that sets up him and Finn to have the first kind of rivalry. It will completely establish Damian Priest, and I think a lot of people saying they think that he can't take it. You know why? Because he hasn't had a big situation yet. But a big win like that will put his ass over the moon. Remember when CM Punk cashed in that shit? I forgot who he cashed in on. But before Punk was like really big, he had the Money in the Bank ladder match. He won and he cashed in. I can't remember if it was Del Rio or whatever. But after that cash in,
yeah, yeah. The last cash in. Well, his last cash in. I want to say CM Punk. You talking about CM Punk?
CM Punk, when he cashed in, and then he had the match against, remember, because he had won the world championship. I think he cashed in on Del Rio. And then he went up against Undertaker. And that shit started to establish. And look at fucking Punk. I'm not saying Damien's going to be like Punk, but
Yeah, I
it
know you're talking about.
establishes you, bro.
I
It
think he cashed
establishes
in
you.
on. Yeah, I remember that. I think he cashed in on Batista.
It was
Batista.
somebody. I
It
can't
was
remember. I
yeah,
can't
it was
remember. I
somebody.
have to look it
I
up.
know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about though, but yeah, man, like that's a big possibility and a big theory of Damian Priest, because no one would see it coming. I think more people see him cashing in on the World Heavyweight Championship than the WWE Championship because
Yeah.
one, he's on Raw, and
Yep.
then two, Roman Reigns is like the freaking like, come on, like I don't, no one
That's
has
why they
beaten
don't see
Roman
it.
Reigns,
Yeah.
so no one would see it coming. So I
Who?
think that would
Damien?
be.
Damien Priest? Come on. That's why I keep saying this shit, bro. Because if it does happen, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna record that match. I have to record it on my phone because if it happens, I'm losing my mind. And I'm putting that shit all over social media. I'm going crazy for
Yeah.
that shit.
Hey, it's a big possibility though. It's a big
Yeah.
possibility. Okay. Well, Thursday night they went off. What didn't even say a word though. Before we wrap this up, they didn't
Yeah.
say a word face to face. Ended SmackDown. I was like, really though? Like, really? Copyright? That's it though? Like, that's how y'all gonna just dip out though? Okay, I'm fine. That's cool with that. But The Rock looked at the WrestleMania sign, and I feel we already know. I mean, you probably agree with me that Roman Reigns is going to win this match,
Yeah.
and
I definitely think so.
this makes The Rock also looks. I don't know. They're going to tell a story, but The Rock is now. I got this theory of something though. Now, because that Roman Reigns has been throwing his weight around so much, and that he's been WWE champion for so long, and he always talked to the people, how he does or whatever. And I think The Rock was sent in to put Roman Reigns back in his place, and
In his
also,
place.
yeah, put him in his place. And I don't see this being for no championship. Like if they make it for the title, Roman gonna win. So
Yeah, it's gonna be for the title, bro. There's no way they're gonna have a Mania because you gotta remember this is Mania, bro. Like if they SummerSlam, they can get. I keep saying SummerSlam because you can't do a throwaway pay per view with The Rock and Roman Reigns. It's got to be one of the big four. But if it's gonna be for the title, But I think, like you're saying, bro, I think that the biggest thing we're gonna get from this match is gonna be the establishment of who is holding the championship afterwards. I think that The Rock is gonna be involved. This is gonna be the first time, like everybody's been saying, their bloodline is going to be involved in this shit, and they're not gonna want to fuck with The Rock. That's where I think this is gonna turn into. Like, hey, we can't fuck with him. That's Grandmaster Supreme right there, and Roman's gonna be on his
Mm.
own. I also think because of that, Roman is going to fucking take it to The Rock, and we might get a really, really good ass match with Roman not even needing help. And I think Roman going to take The Rock the fuck out, but I think it's going to take everything out of him, and that's why I'm so sure that Damien's going to come and cash in after that shit. And that's why I
Mm.
just feel like I think the story that's going to be told leading up to Mania is going to be incredible. We're going to see a lot of returns. I'm definitely seeing Rikishi. I'm seeing Alpha. I'm seeing a bunch of fucking people coming into this for this
That's a
Samoan
that
Dynasty shit.
that's a good point because I feel like, man, at this point, or at least like after what happened at SummerSlam with Jey Uso walking out, I feel
Yep.
like in that period of time where especially we didn't see Roman a lot. So I guess maybe they wanted to hold off. I don't know. But Rikishi plays a big factor in it. Like
Yeah.
that's the Usos' dad and stuff, like
Yep.
a bunch of people. I can't name everyone off the top of my head though, but I definitely know Rikishi is definitely one who could have showed up
Oh,
and
Jacob
possibly
Fatu. Jacob Fatu
Jacob.
is a fucking he's a free agent now. Like there's a lot that can come from this right here, bro. This could be the whole, explosion of the bloodline, story. I mean, even if Roman does go away after this could establish Roman as a baby. I mean, who the fuck knows what can happen after this, man? Like there's so much that could go from here.
Yeah. Okay, so you all with it though. You ain't disappointed with The Rock
Nah,
versus
nah.
Roman Reigns. You all with that, right?
Yeah, I'm with it,
Okay.
man. I feel like it's gonna be good. I mean, like I said, I do. I wish things were a little bit different, but like I said, I'm not gonna sit back and boo hoo about it because I mean, like we said, I'm pretty sure that this was some audible shit, man. People got injured, plans got
Mhm.
changed, and they had to make a decision. I think they made the right decision. Cody kind of took a little bit of a fall because no matter how much you look at it, him going after Roman, like you said. This shit was built up for so long. We just knew we were going to get this rematch. And then it kind of got, redirected for not really a really good reason. I mean, there's no doubt about that shit.
It's really no good reason at all, though.
Yeah.
But I feel like the explanations coming out or into Monday Night Raw, out of Monday Night Raw, we looking for Cody Rhodes. Like you gotta explain a little bit more of this
Yeah.
and why you chose to step aside, move aside for The Rock, and whatever reason. Now, like you said, this could be some great storytelling. For whatever reason, I don't know. I feel Cody Rhodes as much as he is over with the fans and as much as everyone loved Cody Rhodes. I mean, if this was anybody else, like Cody Rhodes would just beat the dog shit out of The Rock. Like really, like that. Me personally, you got the handshake and you win the matchup, or
I
you
mean,
have the matchup with
yeah.
The Rock, and maybe you show up on Monday Night Raw the next night. Hey, that's my last match. Who knows? Just some bullshit. And Cody Rhodes hit him in the dick and beat the shit out of him, though.
For real. I would
Like
love
that.
that. I
That's
would love that.
that's
Yeah.
that's the only thing, I know that's the only thing, but that's one of the main things that I can see from this. And then they can have this Cody versus Rock feud at SummerSlam with Roman Reigns taking some time off now. You feel me? And still having The Rock there because now he's on the board now. So like
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be his last match.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. He might
he's
be
going to
coming
be
back.
around. So that's the only thing because you, I don't know. I don't know about you, but even with Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin, that thing happened at the end of WrestleMania 17, and that handshake happened. We all was like, "Hold up, what the fuck? Like
Going
he's
on.
shaking
Yeah.
his hand." Like,
That was
oh,
crazy.
oh no, we got to think about this, dog. So
Yeah.
that's some explaining to do, man. That told everything. Although The Rock was there, and Roman that face off, but the handshake between Cody and The Rock, these two don't really have nothing to do with neither one another. Rock is dealing with Roman or saying what he's saying, and Cody is trying to take everything sort of from Roman. So You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, we're gonna see, bro. I mean,
yeah.
it's definitely interesting. Like we saying, man, it's definitely mania season. It's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm excited. I mean, that's the purpose of it, right? Like it's got everybody talking. Everybody's talking. Everybody, whether you laughing or crying, you talking about this shit. Man, they doing their job.
Yeah, they doing their job, man. All right, I'm excited because my man, The Rock, that's my favorite superstar of all time. So I love it. I love it. So I hope the best for Cody Rhodes and whatever he does at WrestleMania. So hey, I know it's gonna be good because we are on the road to WrestleMania and
Oh
they
yeah,
got a lot of people talking though. All right, we're gonna move on, you guys, here on Talk Pro Wrestling. I guess my guy Devin, I guess he has something to do, didn't jump in, but
yeah,
the Vince McMahon situation, man, is really getting out there. I know you talked about it on STR,
yeah.
and I said I was gonna say something about it real fast because I was clicking through the channels and actually I just landed on the news and they were talking about former WWE executive Vince McMahon, is under federal investigation.
Yeah,
Now,
it's real.
yeah, it's really real, and I think
He going to jail now. I don't know something I'm thinking. Hey, Dre, you there? I'm not sure if you hear me. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Y'all hear me okay? Ah, you hear me? Yeah, Dre, I think your sound went out. My thing went got Brian. I can hear you. Okay, you can't hear Dre. Okay, thank you, Will. Yeah, Dre, I think your sound went out, bro. I was trying to fight with my sound too, over here battling us. But he gonna come back. I know he's talking about Vince while he's getting his mic back on real quick, and we're gonna find out Dre's point. Like I just want to say, I actually got a clip, floating around because when I heard all the stuff about Vince McMahon, I literally, I don't like to just take the first piece of information and just run with it, run wild with it. As a person who's been watching wrestling for a long time, I definitely have heard stories about Vince. I've definitely heard different things, and I definitely can understand if some crazy shit happened. I'm more inclined to believe it. Like what I mean, as just a person who's has some history of knowing the guy as far as on TV and shit. But at the same time, whenever stuff comes out and it's one person and it's just a one-sided story, I don't be just diving in and just believing everything immediately. I'm not that kind of person. So I did my opinion on my recent information based off of just that information, the testimony that came out, the information that she just gave, and also just going by like, okay, lady, like, yeah, you did all this shit, you crying about it now, but I heard it was only when the money stopped. I'm not saying Vince McMahon is all right, but I'm not going to sit here and just jump on her side either because I don't know her. And I'm not just going to sit there listen, but I'm guaranteeing there's a bunch of shit. People are coming out, even some of the divas, like, yeah, it's been some weird stuff going out. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of information. And I feel bad. If anybody's going through bad shit, I feel bad. And but yeah, Vince, I wouldn't be shocked if it comes out that he's got a whole bunch of craziness going around him. It just is what it is. Fucking
yeah.
people in power be
Can,
going crazy, bro.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, we got you back, Dre.
All right, yeah, okay. I don't know what that was all about though.
It's cool.
Yeah, man, yeah. They talked about it on Dark Side of the Ring, and they had a documentary as well, and I think he got one
Yeah.
coming out on Netflix or whatever. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
the money probably stopped or whatever. From my perspective of it, it was just like, well, damn. Once the news got out that that was that, I was like, well, damn. That don't I can't separate it. Although Vincent Kennedy McMahon is different, probably a different guy than the character you see on TV, Mr. McMahon, but
A
I was
little
like,
bit
man,
apparently.
man, yeah. I mean,
Apparently
this
they
dude
kind
was
of
a freak.
similar and shit. Yeah.
For real, got women dancing up on tables and everything. I was
Yeah,
like, all
Vince
right, Vince
fucking
McMahon,
crazy,
like you.
man. Vince crazy, bro. It's them people of power, man. And I'm not trying to like shame all of them, but I'm like, it's them dudes in power, man. Them motherfuckers, it's like a different world they live in, and I think that they kind of don't have the same kind of problems that we deal with, and they could just kind of create a lot of stuff on their own. They probably feel like, hey, listen, I can get away with this because I'm this person. I can understand. I'm not saying he did, because like I said, I don't know everything. I'm not one of them people that's gonna just judge the shit out of somebody. I'm gonna say I can just understand if that is the case. It looks like it, from sitting where I'm sitting, but I don't know, man. It just sucks that some like you said, Drake, like we don't want people saying erasing, Vince McMahon from history. We know this guy forever, giving us all this good content, all this good shit, and now it's like because he's fucking asshole behind the scenes, we don't know how to separate the artistry from the individual, which is hard, man. It's just a hard concept,
Yeah, no, I
man.
believe
It's just
that,
don't give
man.
it for real,
Yeah,
for real.
man,
Have
most
most
of
of
the
the women
women
in the
in the TV.
divas ever get breast implants inserted? Yeah, you're right.
Boy, did they? Yeah,
And
yeah, a
I had
lot of
fun
them
with it
did,
though.
man.
Whew.
And that's why
Trish
yeah, growing
Stratus.
up, man, Trish
Whoo, man.
Stratus, Stacy Keibler,
My
Tori
babies, bro.
Wilson,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, man, these woo, like, and then when you're going through that age of 13, 14,
Oh,
12,
yeah,
and you like, damn, come on, man, wrestling is the shit right now. You got your
for
favorite
sure.
superstars, and then you got these badass women on here, even though they were, what they were, but
Producing. Yeah.
but Vince McMahon definitely, man, was something else though. Something
Yeah,
else though. And definitely give him the credit for the mind genius of wrestling, what it is
for sure.
today, though, man. Other than that, man, what else? What else, man? You think you want to talk about before we move on to the next topic, man? Here
I mean, I think that was great. I mean,
wrestling.
yeah, like you said, Dre. I mean, it's one of those things where I know it's not. This isn't something that people want to just like discuss too much because it's a sucky thing as far as wrestling fans to hear about like people that you grew up watching and you respect at the end of the day as far as like the product that they deliver have gone through all this nasty shit, all this bullshit going on, and also like I said, hearing me for me, I just want to clarify this shit right now. For me, hearing that people are text messaging back and forth and doing all this. That ain't fucking. I'm not. You'll never get me to believe that you're getting sexually assaulted if you in an open relationship with somebody and the proof is y'all fucking talking to each other back and forth about it. Now I might see it differently. Now if you hear anything about hey he did something against my will, shit like that. I'm all for. I'm like okay, fuck you. He fucked up now. But if you over here agreeing to shit and then you feeling bad about it later, I can understand that, but I'm not going to put somebody in a position to where I'm like, oh well, he should have known because you said yes, but then you felt bad about it, so he should feel he's somebody. That's fucking craziness to me. I'm sorry, but I've never understood when women do say that shit. Like, well, he should have known I didn't want that. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, we're not mind readers, yo. If you're gonna go and put yourself in a situation, then you got to kind of deal with the consequences. Now, the person who's doing it, if he wants to be an abuse of power and be an asshole or whatever, then that's a different discussion. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to constantly just feel bad about people who are putting themselves in bad predicaments. I'm sorry. That's just me personally.
Hey, I agree. I agree. I think that's a fair statement. I think that is a fair statement. So hey, man, like I said, with all the positive
Oh,
things,
see? Yep,
uh,
exactly, Will. And money stopped, and now all of a sudden, oh shit, he did all this. Bro, come on. If
yeah,
just imagine the difference if she went into somewhere and then Vince tried some shit on her and then she said, whoa, I'm out. And then she told everybody and said, he was like, no, I'll give you money. She's like, no, I don't want your fucking money. You just did that to me. I'm telling everybody. Just imagine the dynamic. It would be like, really? He did? Everybody would know, yeah, I didn't do nothing to him. He did this. But then at the same time, you got to deal with people not believing you. So what do? Set it up, set a fucking hidden camera. It's so much shit, man. But I don't know, man. It's so hard when you're not there, and we just got to speculate with the rest of the fucking world.
yeah. Man, like I said, man, the story is crazy in
Never
itself,
know.
though. So
True.
one other thing that I believe I want to touch on on what happened. It was something else that happened. Oh, okay, the Bailey situation. Yes, the Bailey. That's one thing that I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah,
Because I initially thought that this was gonna actually build for a minute, but I guess they wanted to just announce the first matchup for WrestleMania, and
yeah.
I think it was done. The setup was actually done nice. How they were backstage and Oscar. Uh, uh,
EO
EO and
and Kyrie.
Kyrie, they were all chatting and talking about Bailey and how she's done and everything like that. And then they all jumped her, got on her and stuff, and it was a no-brainer that she was going to choose EO
Oh yeah,
Sky at WrestleMania, and which I think is going to be a great match. I think Bailey is going to walk away with the WWE Women's Championship, which I think is long overdue.
for
So
sure.
yeah, and we already talked about her winning the Royal Rumble and how that's your girl, man. So,
Oh
what's
yeah,
your thoughts on that?
that's my baby. First off, Bailey, listen, them pants. Listen, Bailey,
She
keep them
reminded me of
pants.
Lita when she had them
Keep
pants.
them pants, Bailey. That's my oof, oof. Yeah, but yeah. No, all jokes aside, I mean Bailey, I definitely believe it's been long overdue. I think the build also with this has been perfect. Damage control was great, but like Will was saying, like literally the part where she was facing the crowd and they were behind her, kind of laughing. It just all kind of amped up, and it allowed her not to look stupid. That's what I liked about it the most. I liked how she played them, even though they thought that they were playing her. She's kind of played the role the whole time. They gave her character more dynamic because literally, when she spoke those Japanese words, she said, "Oh yeah, you thought I didn't know that shit, huh?" And they were kind of like, "Oh shit." That opened up right there. It's so crazy how small things can open up a whole new fucking part of your character. Just that right there, it show. Oh wait, Bailey's not stupid. Bailey's this. Maybe she's not all just an asshole. So now I think that going into it was done earlier than I thought it was going to done too. I thought it was going to
Yeah, I
carry a
thought.
little bit, but I don't
Yeah,
hate
I
it
thought they was
because
gonna milk that.
yeah, you got a couple of we got 2 months till Mania. They got definitely a couple matches they can get involved. I mean, everybody keeps talking about Sasha Banks AEW. I'm sorry, but I don't believe everything yet. I still think that Sasha's going to find a way to get to WWE, and I think there's going to be some involvement with her as far as going up against Damage Control and stuff like that after this is done. Because Io, Kyrie, and Asuka, their stable is going to stay. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, and then they're going to need people to go up against. And after this, title match, I feel like the next pay per view, Backlash, whatever, we're going to be looking at whether it be whoever going up against them. So we'll see, man. I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting. I think it's gonna be
yeah. I don't.
interesting. It was really good though. Really, really well done. Made Bailey look strong.
Yeah, yeah. It may barely look strong. I don't see Sasha Banks. She had come back, but at least at this moment right now, I don't see Sasha Banks coming into the fold because this women's division is getting real stacked. So, what
Yeah.
the hell they gonna do with Bianca Belair leading up to WrestleMania? I think that's a big clue. We seen Jay Cargill appear on SmackDown last night, so it's a bunch of things though. But you mentioned AEW real fast, and I want to ask everybody who's watching as well. Do you feel like the AEW has lost? I'm gonna say all of their momentum, but lost most of their momentum, and do you feel like it's due to the fact that WWE is being enjoyable to watch now? Because that was the whole main thing I feel like with AEW and how it caught fire when it first came out 4 years ago. It was like, oh man, WWE, oh man, they doing this crappy stuff. Oh man, I don't want to watch this. And it was like, oh shit, we got some alternative wrestling going on. We got
Yeah.
something that's different, something that they did once WWE they did back in the days, but don't do now because they're PG or they too kid friendly or whatever. So,
Yeah.
do you feel like AEW has lost that momentum right now that they sort of trying to gain back?
Here's something that's gonna shock you coming from me. I'll be honest with you. I actually think AEW is doing pretty well. I don't think that they're doing bad. I think personally that it's just WWE is just they're in an evolutionary stage that I don't think anybody ever thought they were going to be in. Think about it, man. Vince McMahon is gone from the company.
Mm-hmm.
They've been taken over by a new company. Triple H and fucking Shawn Michaels are running house. They're changing. You're seeing new levels. You're seeing different things happen. The Rock is a part of the board. I think just it's WrestleMania season. I think that WWE is just shining a lot brighter right now. But I'm not going to take away from AEW because Swerve Strickland, you still got a lot of shit going on over there to where it's still good product. But I mean, it's just they're just, in my opinion, they're being outshined right now. I don't know what's going to happen. I do think that if it was up to me, I would like to see better storylines and development. I would like to see things a little bit different over there. I think that they need a couple big characters, and I'm not talking about just Edge and Sting. And I'm sorry, I almost don't care about The Rock if it wasn't for this. If The Rock was just coming back to do a match with anybody, I don't know how invested I'd be. I don't really care about the legends and shit anymore. I want to see new characters. I want to see the next level. Like, I'm trying to see who's next. I want to be involved and engaged in the next, superstars that are coming up, man. That's why I'm looking at Braun Breaker. I'm looking at, even Jay. Like, I want to see what she's got coming into the situation. I,
Yeah.
it's difficult to keep when you're going back and you're looking at all the guys from like, oh, he wasn't the it's Edge and Christian. I'm still watching. Jeff Hardy's just doing like a heel turn over there now. I'm like, man, listen, I'm not as
I know, right?
invested anymore,
And
bro.
with AEW now, I don't think they lost all their momentum, but I felt like they lost some of it. And the reason why I say that is because some of the storylines just
That
that
was
they
fuck.
sort of have, they come out flat.
Yeah,
They just come out flat. It don't seem like it have any payoff to it though. But with
yeah,
AEW, I don't think they need. I ain't gonna say that I don't think they need a big star, which they definitely do. They don't just need another WWE guy who's no longer with the company and they're coming over here now because he's frustrated and
yeah,
XYZ. They just need to build them superstars and just like how you said with NXT is doing, like guys like Braun Breaker, Uba, just
yes,
these
yeah,
guys, especially like Uba, man,
that
like
was
he was I think a collegiate athlete and we didn't know this guy from anything until he
no,
joined the breakout tournament. And man, went
he's
all
a
the way
big
to the
star.
finals. He won it, and the crowd just organically just started chanting "ooh," when he speak, So
Awesome.
it seemed like it's just taking off and stuff. So I don't think we all just need, oh well, where's the former WWE guy at, and let's build the company behind him. No, you can build stars within themselves, man, and
Yeah,
that's all I'm just saying. They
yo,
just need
you
some
you
fresh
know what I
faces
think?
and good stories.
You know what I think AEW, and this is once again my opinion. As a casual kind of like follower of AEW, like I watch a couple matches here and there. I'll turn on Dynamite for a little while, but it's very unlikely I'm going to watch the whole thing. Not anything against them. It's just I got other shit going on. I'm not always watching wrestling. I'm definitely going to watch Raw and SmackDown and all that though. But I feel like they need a Bray Wyatt, and I don't mean Bray Wyatt. I'm sorry to bring him up, but I'm just saying they need a character like that. They need somebody who's going to be more engaging than anything that they have currently. I feel like they don't have that right now. I feel like if they had a Fiend or they had, it's hard to fucking say, but if they had, even if it is like a dark side character, you need that shit. That shit establishes certain things to have these weird vignettes, to have these background coincidences. Like when the devil character first started, you remember like the engagement of that. Like I compared it to like, the aces and eights. And, whenever you have these guys in the dark room with a mask on, you're like, who the fuck is that? Like, it's
Mhm.
interesting. It's intriguing. You're like, who is that? That shit fell flat. You can't get flatter, in my
That's what I'm
opinion.
saying. That's what I'm
But
saying. Like it's like no, go ahead.
no, I was just saying, like, literally, like, I feel like they need AEW can be turned around, in my opinion, with one big star. Even if it's somebody like I'm saying, Swerve is close as shit. I mean, he's definitely engaging, man. With just an entrance and some good moves and just like not thinking this dude is gonna be stapling shit to his chest, like that's engaging. But I mean, I feel like if they can get one person, not even a known person, and just be somebody that somebody can say, "Who the hell is that?" AEW can get that, they're gonna have a lot more eyes on them, in my opinion. Just one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Hmm. Shout out to my guy Don, man. He said he felt the same way about AEW, and he think AEW need a big star.
Big star,
I
man.
think so too, man. You know,
Not
just
Sasha Banks
Edge,
either. Not Mercedes
not
Monet either. Get the fuck out of here. I
not
love
eh,
Sasha, but come on. I ain't with it.
not Edge, because
Nah,
that's not
not
working for me.
Edge.
Just obviously Edge is there because he couldn't. They wouldn't allow him to do what he obviously want to do, and he want to work with some other people. John Moxley, he just bleed every single matchup, so it's like it's no really storytelling. The only guy that for a minute I felt like they had something with was MJF. Now he's
Yeah.
hurt right now, and then he's taking some time off, but that was really the only guy, especially when he was doing the heel shit. So
Yeah.
yeah,
MJF, I'm not gonna lie. I kinda got a little stale with MJF too, though, man. I like the MJF that was wearing the ring, walking around with Wardlow as his muscle. Like that was when I was really
yeah.
engaged with MJF. But after that, it kind of started to be a little flat to me. I like it was just the same thing. I get the whole thing with him and Adam Cole. I've never hear somebody probably think I'm crazy. I've never been a big undisputed era dude. Like I just wasn't into it.
Oh wow, for real?
Yeah, I wasn't into it, man. They were one stable that kind of went past me. I just couldn't get into them. But
Man,
I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see.
hey, Uber Femi, he would be great in NXT, but he needs a bit polishing. Hmm,
Yeah, I
okay.
mean, yeah, he's
Yeah.
still fresh. I mean, he's an interesting character though. As soon as you see him, you're interested in seeing what he do. So that's why I like guys like that. Like when you see him, there's something. There's something. There's like Montez Ford. I say that shit all the time. Montez Ford, he's got the caliber to stand alone without a tag team, without a faction, and just come out and just speak on the mic. And I think he'd be one of the best heels that we've seen in this generation. But they
Before
not
we
letting
get
him
to
fly.
this, yeah, before we get to this comment though, you mentioned Montez Ford and the interaction that Logan Paul had with Bianca Belair. It made me think that
Ooh.
since Logan was saying what he was saying, like who's my next challenger? I need somebody, more competitive. Kevin Owens moved to the back of the line. I feel like it's gonna be Montez Ford. With the Love and WWE documentary or television show that's out on Hulu right now with Bianca and Montez being the star, I feel like it's going to be Montez. Montez is going to have a matchup at Elimination Chamber with Logan Paul, which is going to be a great show out for Montez and everything. So that's what
Yeah.
I feel like what was coming with him because he told her, back up, shut up, I'm not here, or whatever. And she was like, And I was like, oh, I just was like, where Montez at? Like, I know he
Yeah.
coming in though, but I see that happening. Another thing you was talking about, like the Bray Wyatt ish, like with AEW, the House of Black was the like closest
Yeah.
that little darkness thing they got with Aleister Black, Brody
Buddy
King, and
Murphy and yeah.
Buddy Murphy. Yeah, but now it's starting to lose its luster. But yeah, right. AEW needs a boogeyman.
Boogeyman. For real, man. Isn't it funny how fast, and not to compare everybody to the Undertaker, or they don't have to be that caliber, but just having a like an established dark figure, that shit is engaging, man. It's definitely engaging. It's one of the biggest things in WWE that you see, or even in New Japan and shit like that. When they come out and they have the crazy masks on, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, that shit is intriguing, bro. You don't see it all the time. It's basically like the closest you can get to like a character in a movie and shit, because it's not a regular man. It's a being. It's a presence. So I don't know. I think they need that shit, man.
Yeah, they definitely dropped the ball with Warlow when Warlow and MJ, like you said, when MJF and his bodyguard was Warlow, and they had that feud and it blew off, and then Warlow just fell flat from there.
That was
He was
it.
like the
Just
TNT champion, and
no
then
build
it
from it.
just
Yeah,
no build from it, and he was supposed to go up, and
yeah.
now he's back in another faction in this undisputed faction or whatever. So
For
you
no
know,
reason. For no fucking
yeah,
reason. Be real. Like, yeah, just to be there, just to be a body in the faction. I can't find a reason for that whole faction. I'll be honest with you. Like, yeah, I don't know, bro. It's
yeah,
interesting. I feel like they have so much they can do, but it's not being done, and it's just I don't know. I just can't get behind AEW. I've said it multiple times. I tried so hard. I literally tried to watch, and I'm not against it. It's just not my cup of tea, man. It's not my cup of tea. I'm
Yeah.
trying to fuck with it, but
Hey,
we'll see.
yeah, man. Hey, I dig it, man. I dig it. Just I feel like the storylines gotta, get together, man. It's just they just falling flat. Another
Sure.
company that's, in my opinion, is doing a little bit better than them in a way, because as far as the momentum they've been having is Impact Wrestling, because we've seen
Yeah,
Jordan Grace in the Royal Rumble. Um, Naomi is back in the WWE. And obviously Nick Minoff, I gotta get used to calling him that now, but I
yeah,
just say Dolph Ziggler. So
for
they
real.
killing in TNA. Just wrestling is hot right now, though. Wrestling
Yeah.
is hot. Definitely
Yeah,
wrestling is hot.
you saw Naomi's going back. She's gonna tag with Jordan Grace in TNA.
Oh,
I
for
think
real?
yeah, I think next Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, they're going up against I forgot the tag team they're going up against. But yeah, it's interesting that that door is open, it looks like, because Naomi's going back. She definitely just signed a SmackDown last night. And yeah, so I mean it is cool. Another thing about AEW, not to keep jumping the bridge, but another thing that I think they really need to get under control is it's just too much, man. It's too much with Ring of Honor and this. Like, I don't know who's Ring of Honor. I don't know who's fucking AEW. I don't know who's
That's a good
champion of
point.
what. It's just
That's a
too
good point.
much. Like,
Yeah.
anybody just walking into this shit, if you ain't been watching that shit from the beginning, you can forget about it. You gotta fucking watch that shit for a year before you understand what's going on.
You kind of right. I feel like
It's
they should
too
keep it
much.
separately. Like
Yeah,
Ring of
man.
Honor has its own show, and I feel like all the Ring of Honor guys should stay where they at. And if
Yeah.
you got AEW and Dynamite, you should have all the AEW guys here, not it going back and forth. And we already sort of know who's going to win. The Ring of Honor guys more than likely are going to take the L, especially if they're going up for a main event AEW superstar
Mhm.
or whatever the case may be, or a champion. So I do get what you're saying on that one right there, man. Like, but for the door to be open, and I was watching Impact the other day, and I didn't see that, but I saw that they was talking about Jordan Grace being in the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
and I think a couple of people like Moose, um, man, I think Moose is definitely up on the list that I would like to see in WWE. But he also stated that he just didn't want to go there for the money. He wanted to be, do what he wanted to do. So
Mhm.
yeah, I got you. I got you. All right, you guys, man. We're gonna wrap it up. Before we wrap it up here on the show, we got NXT Vengeance Day that is coming up tomorrow night, you guys, man.
Yep.
It's going down. Uh a little few predictions before we wrap it up on head on out of here, which I appreciate everyone tuning in. We got the finals for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We was just talking about Braun Breaker and how impressive he been, and
Yep.
Braun Breaker is trying to revamp his career down at NXT, which he's doing fine. And the Whoop Dogs seem like they're mashing up together though now. So they're taking on Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this?
This is one of the matches where I think I'm gonna get mad either way because first of all, I love the Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin connection. I think that they're really cool together. Braun is a beast. He doesn't need a tag team partner. I don't think he should be establishing a tag team at all, but it's fun. Sometimes when them collaborations come together, it's fun. Trick and Carmelo, they've been telling a story with both of them recently, and I definitely feel like Carmelo's going to be the one to turn. But the thing that I don't
Mhm.
like is either one of these guys to win the tag titles. It feels like they have to. Oh, got some crazy audio. I'm still there. All right, I'm good. All right, yeah, it feels like that they're gonna have to figure out a way to have one of these guys leave, man, because Braun's definitely looking to go to SmackDown or Raw. He's gonna be on Raw this week, so that's gonna have him either holding a half a tag team championship, going to another promotion. Also, it looks like I think Trick or somebody's gonna turn on each other, so they're gonna be a divided tag team. We're gonna see what happens with that. So it's just I don't know, it's a little chaos. But if I had to choose, I would say I would rather Trick and Carmelo win it because I think there's more story you could tell in NXT with that. I know it's a
Yeah.
lot. That's just how I feel,
Nah,
but
nah. You say you feel like Carmelo is gonna be the one who's gonna turn on him?
Yeah, I definitely feel. I
Right?
feel
Yeah,
like Trick is definitely popular. Right now, not that Carmelo's not popular, but I don't think it's his time right now. I think Trick is coming up. And believe it or not, as much as Warren says it all the time, and sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't. He says it about Seth Rollins. I definitely don't agree with that. But Trick's song and his entrance and shit like that is a giant part of why he's getting the push he's getting. Being able to get behind somebody and enjoy seeing somebody is one of the biggest reasons you get your push in WWE as a champion or any of that shit. Like if people are wanting to follow you or wanting to see you, that's one of the main reasons people try to make you champion and shit like that within the business. So it's like, he's hot. He's over right now. People are putting signs up in SmackDown and shit like that. Whoop that Trick. Like it's
yeah,
big. So it's his time, and you can see it. The development's there. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's gonna do big things, and the fact that he's in a tag
yeah.
match, I think this is to establish the end of the tag situation with him. So we'll see. My opinion.
Yeah, I was expecting them to see him on SmackDown. I thought they said they were going to bring him in on SmackDown and stuff. But yes, I do see Carmelo Hayes turning on Trick Williams. I don't know if it's going to happen at this premium live event tomorrow night, or if they may save it for Stand and Deliver the WrestleMania weekend, which I feel
Mm-mm.
like they excuse me, is going to happen probably tomorrow night, and then Trick and Carmelo have their one-on-one matchup at Stand and Deliver though.
That's what I would think.
Carmelo
Yeah.
yeah, Carmelo has been coming off as the jealous best friend. He don't want
Mm-hmm.
Trick Williams to have as much as he did, or he don't want him to have the NXT championship, as well too. He just wanted to keep Trick under his wing so he wouldn't be able to fly as high as Carmelo, is
Yeah.
doing. So I dig the storyline. I definitely dig the storyline, which I think they are going to win. Carmelo and Trick over Braun Breaker and
Baron.
Baron Corbin. But the way Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker been doing, I don't know. I'm back and forth on that and see how the matchup ends though.
Yeah.
We got Uba, my guy Uba, man. I'm a big fan of his though.
Yep. Me too.
And Dragon Lee uh going one on one for the North American Championship. I don't even know if this is too much of a a contest, I mean Dragon Lee, don't get me wrong, great guy, but I just see my guy Uba uh winning this all the way.
Dragon Lee, go sit your ass down somewhere. He ain't fucking with this big black freaking bulldozer right now, bro. Listen, this match is a squash match. But
Yeah,
listen, yeah, I'm with Uba right here, bro. Like that's my boy. When I first saw him, I was like, yo, listen, this is what we need, man. We need believable champions, yo. And I'm not trying to dog nobody. I'm not even a super huge fan of every champion has to be, Hulk Hogan or the Barbarian. Nah, man. But it is nice to see the big dudes, like some realistic, like, nah, this guy a champion. I see why he got the belt. So I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I can see him coming up. Hopefully he doesn't get lost like a Omos or something like that, or a Braun Strowman even. I hope that he really picks it up, stays heavy, moves up to the main roster and dominates there too. Because one thing about these big dudes, man, when's the last big dude you can remember really came into the main roster scene and really made some noise, man? That wasn't somebody who was like a little smaller or Finn Balor or something like that. Like I'm talking about like somebody big dude, like, yeah, I'm here now. Like it's a wrap for y'all ass. Like you don't see it too much now. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm into it. I'm into it. But yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got Uba all the way, man. He probably gonna squash him in 2 minutes though.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not, but it probably happened. You got 6-man tag team matchup. Uh, who we got here? Tony D'Angelo and my guy Stacks and this new girl. I can't think of her name here. Adriana. Adriana.
Yeah,
She's new.
this whole crew lost me. Like I said,
Yeah.
I follow NXT and I keep up with it, but I'm not like a watcher. Like some of this, I'll be on the bathroom or cooking dinner or something. Just
Yeah,
being
I
honest.
know I know Tony D'Angelo and Stacks, the tag team champions. The girl, she's new, and they're going up against Out the Mud and Jada Parker, which that little dynamic duo is going to be nice. I guess this is a filler matchup. I go with the tag team champions, NXT tag team champions.
Got it.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm
I'll
gonna
have to
go
check
with.
them out. May the best
Yeah.
man win, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly. The women's championship is on the line. I don't have the slide up
Hmm.
here tonight, but I think the women's champion is going to retain Valerie. I cannot get her name right
Yeah,
though.
she got heart.
And she's going up against
Roxanne,
my girl Roxanne. Yeah, Roxanne Perez. So which that should be a good match. Dijak taking on Joe Gacy in a no disqualification match in the main event. Uh, Trick
Trick,
Williams against my
Dragunov,
guy
whatever.
Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah,
Uh Dragunov, I see him retaining because of probably Trick Williams getting the match caused by Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo.
I
Yeah,
kind of
I think that too. Even though I think that that's corny as hell, I'm not a Dragunov fan at
yeah.
all.
You're not a
Um,
Dragunov fan, man?
nah, man, not
What's
at all.
what is it with Dragunov, man?
He's just like I said, man. I'm just kind of tired of these
It's really Gunther
non-believable
2.0 in a
characters,
way.
man. Is
You
he?
you
I don't know about
you
that
like,
shit.
man, like, you have you seen them go at it though?
I
Like,
mean,
I don't
he's a
know.
good
If you
he's a
haven't,
good
that's all.
wrestler. No,
Yeah.
he's a good wrestler. I've seen him. I've seen a couple matches. What's the last match I saw him when he got hurt? Um, what was that last match? I've seen him go there. I've seen him go at it with Gunther actually.
Mm,
But he's good, man. But it's just not my cup of tea. I think that's what it is more than anything. I'm just
okay.
not with it, man. Like, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne is one of the only dudes that I remember in UK watching, like, this motherfucker's a brawler, like stomping on your head and biting your fingers and shit. I'm like, all right, this
Yeah.
guy's an animal. I can believe him. But as far as just the smaller dudes, like, JD McDonough and this guy, and I'm just like, listen, bro, give Trick that fucking belt. And we all know that he would super kick his ass and just lay him out. But I'm just not into it. I'm not into it. If Trick got that belt, I'll be down. Like, I'll be down. I would like
Hey,
to
man.
see this me here. Here we go. Dre. I would like to see Trick and Oba, whatever how you say that motherfucker name.
Uber, yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Give me
Hey,
some shit like that. Okay, you got me now.
man.
I'm
Hey, that's
down.
what's up. That's what's
Yeah,
up. I think a conversation we're gonna have next on the next episode, or one of the commission episodes, uh is certain superstars over just because of their music. And I don't think, like
that's a
like you
good
said,
one.
Trick Williams. I don't think Trick Williams is. I think because of the NXT audience, and like I said, it's not everyone keep up with everything. A lot of people just watch Raw, might not watch SmackDown. Watch SmackDown, watch Raw, and they
Yeah,
probably don't watch NXT,
yeah,
and which is all good. But being in that NXT audience, in front of that audience, is kind of like the same 200-300 people every week, so they get
yeah,
that bond and know each other, so that connection is a little bit different from you going on the road. But I think he got it, man. I think he got it. He's gonna go all the way, and we're gonna see how it goes, man.
yeah. I'm
We're gonna
excited to
definitely
see,
see how it
bro.
goes.
Wrestling's
Yeah,
hot
man.
right now, man.
It definitely is, man. It definitely is. Once again, I appreciate everyone tuning in on Instagram, X, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all over the place, man. Thank
Everywhere.
you guys so much. Brian B, man. Once again, man, look like we just chatting it up all the time, man.
All
So
the time, bro.
I
It's a pleasure
appreciate
too, man. It's a pleasure. It's always good talking for sure.
As always, my guy, as always, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Everyone, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Beeline Entertainment LLC and right here on the 11:30 podcast, you guys. As far as the commission talks, I will be hosting this week, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All
So
right.
definitely tune in for commission talks. Beyond 11:30 returns episode 4 on Thursday, and I have Talk Pro Wrestling returning Friday. So got a great lineup this coming week. So Brian, you got
Definitely.
anything you want to let the people know?
Hey, actually, we got tomorrow night, man. We getting back to laughing, and we're doing the last laugh challenge. So we definitely, are going to be trying to make you laugh. Last one was a couple of people more than I usually wanted to have. Been learning our lessons from the previous ones, and we're gonna try again next week. So we got a new team. Dre, definitely if you want to stop in, it's definitely options always open for you as well. But yeah, we're gonna be trying it again, making some people laugh and enjoying the night. So if you want to have a good time, ain't doing nothing, follow the Beeline ENT. We'll be streaming on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha, man. Appreciate everyone once again was tuning in on Instagram Sports for You. My guy Tino, the OTTR mob, my man Gator, and what's going on? My guy from the Whip Dog Show. My guy, I can't even. Why am I stuck with names right now? I
It's all
think because
right.
I'm hungry. I think it's
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
hungry right now.
That food.
Yo, Whip Dog. Appreciate everyone once again tuning in. Yo, Brian, we see each other on Wednesday. Thank everyone for
Yep.
tuning in. For myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and Brian B. Yo, man, we are out, man. Enjoy the rest of you guys' day, man.
Peace out, y'all.
I could never.